Aides to U.S. President Donald Trump have reportedly hired an Israeli private intelligence agency to devise a dirty ops campaign against key Obama administration officials who helped negotiate the Iran nuclear deal in a scheme to discredit the agreement. Now, in May last year, according to a report by The Observer, the Trump campaign contacted the organization in order to dig up dirt on two specific key members of the Obama administration responsible for the deal. One was the National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes, and the other one was a deputy assistant to the president, Colin Powell. Now, this revelation comes right before the May 12 deadline for the JCPOA agreement. These are extraordinary and appalling allegations, but which also illustrate a high level of desperation by Trump and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, not so much to discredit the deal, but to undermine those around it. Officials linked to Trump's team contacted Israeli intelligence elements days after the U.S. president visited Tel Aviv a year ago. Trump had then made a pledge to Netanyahu that Iran would never have nuclear weapons, despite the fact that Tehran has always maintained that it is principally and categorically opposed to development and use of nuclear arms. Now, the victim of one of these investigations, Rhodes, slammed this as chillingly authoritarian, this attempt to try to defame his character, in a statement to a British newspaper. I was not aware, though sadly am not surprised. I would say that digging up dirt on someone for carrying out their professional responsibilities in their positions as White House officials is a chillingly authoritarian thing to do. Now, of course, the White House was approached for comment, but they had nothing to say on the matter, so we can probably expect some kind of statement in the next little while once a viable political cover has been created to justify this. Now, all of this comes at a very suspicious time, while the Trump administration is currently looking to undermine and destroy the JCPOA agreement in order to justify creating one that places more conditions on Iran, even though Iran has wholly lived up to its obligations according to the agreement and has been certified by its European partners over and over again. The point of all this is to try to make the agreement look like the worst deal ever, as Trump often likes to call it, in order to justify placing even more sanctions on Iran to try to destabilize it, to force it to collapse, or to force some kind of regime change type deal in the country. And this also is a part of the trying to extend the influence of Israel in the region by trying to take out one of its main competitors, which would be Iran. Now, this all goes into the frankly pathetic display that was brought by Benjamin Netanyahu, claiming to have a half-ton of materials relating to Iran's alleged nuclear program, yet even the White House said that most of the material that is contained inside the great display that Netanyahu gave was materials that they were already aware about when the first nuclear deal was even signed. I think this shows another degree, another level of dishonesty that the United States is willing to sink to in order to forward an imperialist agenda against Iran. So that even when you live up to the agreements, even when you bow to U.S. pressure, which is how I largely see the agreement, I think Iran should have rejected it. We can see that the United States is not going to play fair. They are not going to be honest, and they are going to try to destroy you no matter what conditions you agree to. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.